Okay, so I would like to show you basic idea of a website. Let's start from the beginning. What is a website, and what kind of technologies you need in order to make a website in a very professional way. So we start from the basic that the person doesn't know nothing, and let's go and talk about different technologies that she should go on the internet and learn in order to be able to be a website engineer, if you want to call it this way, in order to make a very professional website. So you start from, if you learn all these technologies and you'll be able to work in those technologies, if you take like the next 2 or 3 years to learn these technologies, whatever it is, or maybe you choose to do different projects, whatever you want to know that, and you will be able to make very nice things and very professional. So first I would like to explain how the website business works. So the concept behind a website is that, very simply, I know everybody knows this, but let's start from the beginning, that no one knows nothing. Let's build this up. The it could be some people that don't know it, so it's important to go from scratch. So basically, you have to build this software, right? When you go on the website, at Facebook or Google or Gmail, any website you go to, it's actually code that is there, and this code explains you. It tells the computer what to do, and you can access this code through different computers, which means that through your laptop or your phone or another computer, you could go and access the same software, which is the website in question. And you can see it this way: like there's like a supercomputer somewhere that has let's make this bigger. A supercomputer that has like this is a rock actually with many computers on it, which makes a huge supercomputer. And you could you have like different. This is could be in Montreal. This could be in US. This could be in Israel. Whatever it is, and all these computers goes to the website and ask for the web page. And actually, this website, this supercomputer that has the code in it, could be it could be in one place in the world. For example, if you go to if you go to Amazon, that's what they call it, Amazon AWS. So this is a system where you can rent a computer, a supercomputer, to do your work, or part of a supercomputer to do your work, to put your software there. And you see there's different ranges in the world. You can rent a computer here, you can rent a computer here. Obviously, if you're most of your clients coming from here, from North America, you can rent a computer here. You can rent one here and one there. That's pretty complicated, but you could rent an online space where you put your software, and this is a computer. It could be in your own house. You could put a computer, and you can put other computers connected to that computer, and that computer will be the server. So the concept is we call this a server and a client. So if we go back to our drawing, if I can just find it, there's the server and there's different clients. It could be a phone, whatever it is. So obviously there's some code that would run on the server, and when the computer asks the code and it's in the computer, it could be that some code from the server goes to the computer and will be run on the computer. So is what we call server-side programming and client-side programming. So Giving this idea, there's many technologies out there in order to program server-side applications like code and local or client-side code. So let me just find the thing. I'll stop this for 2 seconds. So what I would like to do now, given that we understand this concept of server and side client and client-side code, I would like to go through different technologies that you could just Google and take the next 2 years or whatever it is at the time that you need in order to familiarize yourself with those technologies and be able to be a good web programmer, website engineer. So let's start with where's my file? Let's start with the list of technology. So if you want to be able to make website in a professional way as an engineer, you will need to understand HTML. Just go out there, Google it, see videos. What is HTML? HTML is just a basic way how to write a document which is not moving. It's a static document, which means that you can have a title, you can have paragraphs, you can have links, you can have a lot of stuff, but they're not moving, just different colors, whatever it is. To decorate and to make it nice and to style the document itself, you need to learn this technology, which is called CSS, Cascading Style Sheet. Once you learn that, now in order to modify on the fly, this is all client side, right? All this comes from the server, deposited in the client side, and the client reads the HTML, reads the CSS, and show a nice page on the client computer. Now, let's say in the client computer you want to modify the HTML. For example, you click on a link, and some part of the page changes without changing the page and reloading and go to another page, HTML page. You could on the fly modify the content of the page by using JavaScript. And then you should learn these 3 technologies before you go on. You should also learn about what are the browsers out there. There's Chrome. There is I think there's Mozilla. There is like if you go to CSS schools, W3 schools. I'm sorry. If you take any instruction here, they'll tell you which browser it's compatible with. So HTML custom data. Okay, so here you can see there's like Internet Explorer, Firefox, Safari, Opera, Chrome. You need to be familiarized with those different browsers because this browser, when you go, like this is Chrome, right? So when you go here and you search this page, it's going to act in a different way than if you go on Internet Explorer or Firefox. Each browser is a different. I mean, this is trying to make a standard, but you need to be informed of different browsers that are there in order to know how people are going to use your site. So this is all in the client side. Now let's go. Like when you want to modify the HTML through JavaScript. Oops, I made a mistake here. The concept is, we call this Ajax, Like if you want to get information from the internet, from the server on the fly, you should Google Ajax. You should Google JSON. JSON is it's like a format. It's a way of formatting data in a text, so it will be easier to cache it up in JavaScript and modify the HTML. Anyway, I'm just giving you stuff to be able to Google, right? I'm not giving you any information at this point. This is client side. Let's say server side. Server side, well, there's node.js. This is very, very, very popular because anybody who programs JavaScript could make a web page through JavaScript, whatever it is, and make locally. And suddenly they came up with this technology node.js that lets you do server programming with JavaScript. So the same code is here, the same code here, the same technology. Not the same technology, but the same language could be used on a server and a client. You need to learn about design patterns. If we're talking about both together, it's a question of design patterns. How does it work? You actually have, but this is only after you finish learning those. Huh? After you have made the code in the server, how does the client get the information from the server with JavaScript? Like node.js will be on the server. There'll be different methods here. And how does JavaScript on the client side will communicate with the server to get the information? So this is what they call RESTful API. You need to Google that. But go by order. First, HTML, CSS, JavaScript, Ajax, JSON, browsers, Chrome, whatever it is, JavaScript on the server, which is node.js, design patterns, server. And then, after you familiarize yourself with, let's say, this here, by the way, node.js is not going away. It's becoming more and more popular because suddenly everybody who does local programming is able to do server programming because they came out with this technology. So any other technology out there that does this thing, like .NET is ASP.NET, Core.NET, all these technologies. I think this is Java Servlet. I don't remember the name. There's different technologies that exist in order to make a server side application, and they became popular, but Node.js is becoming more and more popular every year because of this year, and there's more tools developed in Node.js. So it becomes it's not a waste of time to learn it. And then you have what we call some people call it framework, some people call it different in French you call it cadriciel, like jQuery or whatever it is. This is the client side, I think. Yeah. So jQuery, Angular, React, Vue. So once you learn that, you can use one of those in order to make your application client side and make a very, very professional thing. So it'll be hard to learn Angular if you don't know HTML. So you need to learn HTML, CSS, JavaScript, and then you can learn Angular, you can learn React, and all this. One of these technologies in order to be very good at it. jQuery is disappearing, it's not as popular. There's like videos explain everything in one of those. Choose one of those and learn it very good. Okay, so that's it for the introduction. Wish you good luck and I